Hello, my name is Rudolph Fender, and I'm here bringing you a Let's Play series on Factorio 13.8. Now, I pretty much just started this world, and whoops. As you can see, I've got a small electrical plant and coal mining electric drill, a plant that has very basic non-automated production plant for copper and iron plates. And down here you see our connection of copper and iron, or copper way down here, showing drilling. And down here we have our iron mine. So our next thing on the agenda, I did all this stuff before I started because, one, it really sucks to watch somebody whack rocks and whack ore just to get up to the starting point. Right now we're getting right into the really fun parts of Factorio, where we get to design a system that will be self-automated and logistic stuff, I guess you could call it. We've got we haven't had this going very long, so we just got our iron that we can use and our copper. So now we've got a good supply of each of those. What we're going to do is we're going to automate the production of red science packs. I think, actually, I can't do that yet. I need to just... Whoa! They changed it. Okay. I need automation first so I can get this assembling machine so I can self-automate it. So I need 10 of these just built. And I guess I should have done this off screen. So right now I'm just gonna like speed up the game in the video so you can see it. These cool technology things that you research, and in order to do technology you have to have a lab, which I'm building right now, and labs take lots of power, and they take these science packs things, which is what I wanted to automate, except I didn't have the automation things yet. So what I'm doing is I'm waiting on my lab, but we can see all these technologies, like there's walls that you can build, laser turrets, automation for faster, or logistics for faster and better transport of items. And there's automation 2 and automation 3 and logistics 2 and logistics 3. And each of these increases your production capabilities immensely. And then we have oil refining and fluid handling and processing. And that what makes it allows you to produce plastics and petroleum-based objects. So now that our lab is almost done, we can plop it down and start researching our first automation. In the top right, it'll show us how close we are to finishing it, so we'll drop that in there. We still need another science pack, but we're getting closer. And while we're waiting for this thing to go, we'll make some more science packs. So we can get probably logistics, because I'll want to split up this coal line eventually to make a more efficient production facility. Alright, we're done. Now we can start researching this one. And now that we have our assembly machines, we can make a few of them. We'll make 2 or 3. And so we're going to get rid of these boxes for now. They are temporary. Alright. And so what we're going to do is we're going to run these copper and iron lines together. So they'll come back together and form a line that runs both of them. This way, we won't need two lines of two different lines of things when producing these. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to put this here. This is going to be very crude, but we'll put that here. So now it can grab both copper and iron if it needs to. But in order to make a Science Pack 1, we need copper gears and iron gear wheels. And you're like, wait a minute, I don't have iron gear wheels. How am I going to get those? So we see, oh, here it is. And we need 2 iron plates per gear. So we click on this, and now it's going to pull, once it gets power, it'll pull 2 copper plates to make a gear. And the gear will come out of this side, or wherever you want to put it. And it's going to run along here. We'll make it go along something like this. And what's going to happen is we're going to put another one in there. And then down here, so we're going to have iron gears running on this conveyor belt. And then we're going to have this making science packs. There we go. Science packs. And there's a... If you press the Alt button, you can see what each thing is making. That way you don't have to click on it every time. It's very helpful. So we'll make this gear too. And then we'll put another one of these in. So this is pretty crude, and it's not very efficient, but it works. So what we're going to do is we're going to put in more of these. We'll need a couple more. And so what's going to happen now is I have a problem. Can you figure out what it is? Wait. Where am I going to put my science packs? So, because I've got gears on this conveyor belt, but if I put my science packs back on this conveyor, like my science packs won't fit on this conveyor belt. And you'd be thinking like, but why couldn't they? Because there's 2 lanes. And no, because the inserters put it on the exact opposite side of that it's on. So if I had an inserter here, it'll put it on this side of the conveyor belt. But if I had an inserter over here, so like this, it would put it on this side of the conveyor belt. So we couldn't do anything like that. So what we're going to use is these things called long-handed inserters. And we'll make 2 of them. And we're going to have our inserters grab off of this belt, like so. So these will grab gears, and they'll stuff them in these things. And these will grab copper plates and stuff them in these. So we've got gears and copper plates. And then we're going to use these long-handed inserters, and we'll pull these science packs out onto another conveyor belt that will go this way towards our labs. We'll make a couple more. And let's make like 2 more labs, or maybe just 1, because we've only got 2, and they take a little while to make. So, and we might need to increase our power a little bit in a second. We'll do that later though. So now we need 2 more of these inserters. Geez, you need so many of them. Anyways, we've got our little system here, and we're about to power it up. To power it up, we'll just drop in a couple electrical poles around, kind of just haphazardly. So everything's powered up. But I don't want to connect it just yet, so I don't want all stuff running clogging up my network just quite yet. So now we'll drop our second lab down. And we're going to grab off the belt. Because this will be science packs, right? Alright, let's hook it up and see what happens. Alright. So there's our gears. They're coming down. Oh, goes in. And now we can see it's being made. So it's going to get made. Takes a little while. And then it's done. Boom. Puts it on the belt. We're carrying it. And then this should pick it up. Boom. Goes in the science bin. Now, we don't have to worry about filling up our science things all the time. At least for the time being. So now it'll automatically fill up our science labs with science packs. So now we press T and we look at our sciences. So say I want to get Automation 2. It costs 40 red science packs. That's a lot. Imagine if I just sat here in my inventory and just made 40 science packs. I mean, I could do it. Like, I can make 248 right now, but they take 5.5 seconds each. That's so long. We'll be sitting here for, like, ever. Just to make 40 of them. When I can just do this, and it'll make 2 every 10 seconds or whatever. I mean, if I had better assembling machines, it would take less time, but I can add to this network. I can make this twice as big. So if I went and did this, I'm going to need 2 more of these and 2 more, or a couple more of these. But we're going to make this bigger. We're going to make it so it produces double the amount. Okay, so now I'm going to do the exact same thing I did on the other side. Make sure you place your inserters the right direction, or else they won't have any effect. Now we're going to just plug these in. So now I'm producing twice as fast. Look at that. And it hardly took me any time at all. So now I can research the next thing. I can research filter inserters. Or I can't research logistics 2 yet because it takes green science packs. Those are a little bit more difficult to automate. But I can research turrets. Let's get those. So now you can see in the top right that my research thingy is going relatively fast because I've got 2 science facilities. But now that you look at this, I've got so many science packs that I can't use them all. So what the next thing to do is you go and you build another lab. But before we do anything else, let's look and see how much power we're using. As you can see, we've got we're not producing enough power at all. So what we're going to do is we're going to build another steam engine. Everything starts slowing down if you don't have enough power. So as you can see that these things are moving way slower than they should. And the bar in the bottom right shows that it's not getting enough power. So we're going to drop another one of these directly on the end. And boom. Now we have almost double the power we have. We're sometimes having an underload. So we're going to build another one. Each of these produces about 500 kilowatts of power. But now these are moving much faster. But another engine will complete it. Make sure you have your electrical poles close by your engines, because it doesn't transfer through the engines, which is strange to me, but yeah. So now we've got, make sure our water's at 100 degrees Celsius. It seems to be. But we got plenty of production now. Factorio has this cool system where it can show you power use. You look over time and you can see like all time or just like an hour. I haven't been playing this for very long, as you can see. I've only been playing a little over, maybe not even an hour yet. But it'll show you each one. Green is the assemblies. They seem to be taking lots of power. Miners always take the most. Well, that's not true. When we get later into the game, it'll show you. But now that I've got turrets researched, I can research something else, like electronics. And at this point in the game, like, you can just research whatever you want at the start. There's not really a necessary order because you have so many red science packs. And yeah. So now we've got 3 things, and we're researching even faster. So you can, basically, you're always going to hit a bottleneck somewhere, unless you have an enormous backlog. We have too many science packs right now. We can't use them all, so we need another lab. But the more labs you put in, you'll hit a point where you don't have enough science packs. And you'll put in more production. And then you'll hit a point where you don't have enough power. And there's always something that you can improve and get faster. And then you'll run out of supply of iron or copper or whatever. Then you'll need to go increase the amount of furnaces going. And then you'll run out of ore. And you'll go get more ore. And then you'll be like, it's alright, because we got plenty. Then you'll run out of research technology, and everything will become pointless and archaic. And you'll have to redesign it. But that's what's cool about Factorio. I'll see you in the next episode, because this is about 20 minutes long, and we will work on automating green science packs. I'll talk to you later.